Hey everybody, how's it going? It's the Daily Shooter. I'm back out here in the desert today to give you guys a review of the HRT RAC Plate Carrier and Placard system. This is a pretty nice setup. It's got a lot to offer. It's, to me, the Placard system that kind of sets this thing apart. We're also going to be taking a look at another accessory that you can buy for this system, which was actually designed by John over at the Warrior Poet Society, that allows you to carry an extra magazine or comms or something like that kind of off rig. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this plate carrier and placard system. Now, I've been wearing this off and on for the past, I don't know, almost 2 months now, maybe 2 or 3 hours every time I come out shooting. And it's a really comfortable system for sure. You know, I've worn everything from your basic cheap stuff, you know, your Vism and Condor, up to things that are a little bit out of most people's price range, but they're really nice, you know, products. This thing right here, I think, lands kind of right in that middle ground. It's a really nice quality setup, but at the same time, it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. And like I said before, I think it's kind of this placard system that makes this thing stand out. So let's go ahead and talk about this first placard we have in the front right here, which is the quick response, or the response placard. Now this thing will allow you to hold 2 AR magazines. So we have 2 AR magazines here and 2 pistol magazines. The nice thing about this placard is that when you remove the magazine, so we take the magazine out, it has a plastic insert which is located inside that helps kind of, well, one, it helps retain a little bit of retention on the magazine while it's in there, but secondly, it also helps keep the nylon material open so that if you need to reinsert a magazine, a fresh magazine, or just a spent magazine, it's really easy to do so without having to fumble with everything. So I can go ahead and remove the top bungee, take my magazine out, and then put my magazine back in without really having to mess with much. And that goes the same with the pistol mags as well. So it's got that little plastic retainer in there, take a magazine out, put a magazine back in, and I'm good to go. Now, another nice thing about this front panel right here is that, yeah, it's Velcroed on, and you have to remove this in order to access the cummerbund. But when you remove this completely, you can see that it's actually held on by these clips. So we have these clips that hold it on. I can flip this thing up, kind of make some adjustments to the cummerbund and so forth, and then put it right back down. It's going to land pretty much in the same spot because of these hooks right here. But if I want to take this thing completely off, all I have to do is simply unsnap this and then rip that panel off. I can put a new panel that has maybe different accessories or kind of fits a different role. So I do like that a lot as well. Let me go ahead and take this thing off so that you guys can actually see the back panels on this, because the back panels are pretty cool too. A bunch of different pouches and stuff. Okay, so here's a look at the back of the plate carrier. Now, on the back of this plate carrier, I have a couple different pouches set up. We have a single pouch on top and a double pouch on the bottom. The cool thing about this is this plate carrier has a Velcro on the back of it. You would attach these to the Velcro, and then on the side of the plate carrier, it's got a zipper system. So these are both attached not only by the Velcro, but also by the zipper system, and it's a pretty solid fit. This thing is not going anywhere, which is cool, and it's also very modular. So I can take the double pouch pack right here, so I can take this off. This is actually a double, so it's hooked on together as a double pouch, and I can replace it and kind of move it with the single pouch. So I can move the single pouch down here, the double's up top, or if I wanted to, they even have different packs and helmet holders and all sorts of stuff that I can replace this with. So this is the setup that I have, but if you guys want a different setup, or you know, something that, you know, has a little bit more versatility to it, you can do that simply by, again, unzipping it, removing it from the Velcro, and then putting whatever panels you choose. So it's a pretty nice setup. Now let's go ahead and take a look at that mag carrier, radio holder, whatever you want to use it for, that was designed by Warrior Poet Society. So the way that this thing works here is you can see that it's just kind of free hanging. So what it does, it fits underneath this front panel here where the cummerbund goes, and it has the male and female Velcro on it, so you can set it up to either side essentially. But basically this thing holds an additional magazine or radio or batteries or whatever you want to put in it, and it kind of keeps it off of the front. So right here we have 2 AR mags, we have 2 pistol mags, and it's fairly low profile. You could still lay on the ground with this thing no problem and get yourself as low as humanly possible. But if you want to carry a 3rd mag, this gives you the ability to do that, but it's inside, sort of inside the plate carrier, and so it doesn't inhibit the ability to go prone at all. You know, you can still use this and kind of keep it off to the side, but again, you know, we have 30-60 instead of 60 rounds. Now we have 90 rounds because we have this over here. Okay, so I went ahead and I flipped this thing inside out so you guys can see one of the interesting features that they have here. Now, a typical plate carrier, the ones that I've used, it usually has some type of padded mesh right here that allows it to be breathable. This one actually has these elevated rails. So these are padded elevated rails, and you can actually get even more padding that will attach to this Velcro right here. And it actually holds the plates away from your body. Now, to be honest with you, when I first tried this thing on, I didn't like it. It felt weird, like I had just these 2 points of contact on my back and on my chest, and it felt a little bit awkward. It wasn't what I was used to. And that was running the ceramic plates, which are, for all intents and purposes, fairly lightweight. It wasn't until I put steel plates in here that I realized how nice this actually is, because it holds those steel plates away from your body, and it just gives you a little bit more breathing room, because you have this whole section right here where you actually do have pretty good airflow. And then again, like I said before, you can get those padded extenders that attach to these Velcro locations right here that allow you to kind of get it a little bit further away from your body. So kind of like an increase to a trauma pad. If you have a trauma pad in there and steel plate, and then you have these things on there, you know, less likelihood that you're gonna, you know, sustain some type of serious injury, even if the plate inside does take a hit. Another thing I should mention is the padding's pretty nice on these shoulders. It has a drag handle on it. You can see we have some Velcro loops right here, so if you want to put a hydration bladder on the back, you can do that. One of the things that I also found a little bit hard to get used to, and maybe I still actually don't like it, is that the panel section is kind of open, and the material, while it's a good material, it does feel a little bit flimsy, you know, a little bit stretchy. It's not as thick as I would like to see it on something like this. You can see that all you have to do is simply pull this inner lining out right here, slide your panel in, and then push that inner lining back in, which is Velcro. I did tear my hands up a little bit trying to get that, you know, thick panel in there. You put that thing in there, and then you got to push this Velcro piece in. Well, this is all male Velcro right here, and it's really abrasive, and so you're trying to push this in there. Meanwhile, you know, you're just scratching up your knuckles. I mean, you could do it with gloves, but still, it's kind of difficult. So it does have some gives and takes. Now, the adjustment's kind of neat too, because your adjustment is on the inside right here. All we have to do is simply tear these up right here, which is Velcro. We pull it down to make the proper adjustment so this thing's set up right, and then we just simply lock it back down, and it's held into place with these little holders right there. It's got a pretty nice cummerbund on it. The cummerbund does have some molly webbing on it, so you can attach some other stuff if you want to put you know, even more magazines, or you want to put different accessories that you might need. You can do that with those. So it is a fairly nice setup, and you know, again, the biggest thing to me is the versatility of the placard system. So again, I went with this placard. There's other placards that they have that have different capabilities to it, and then different placards that you can put on the back. And I like the fact that there's zip on, zip off with the Velcro as well, and then you can hold a bunch of stuff in here, and you know, whatever you decide to put in, it's up to you, right? So it's a pretty cool system. You open up these top little shoulders right here, and you can make even finer adjustments to it. But the HRT RAC Plate Carrier and placard system, I definitely think for most people would be a win, especially given the fact that, you know, you're not going to spend $1,000 on all the different placards and the plate carrier itself. I think it's a lot more affordable than some other options out there, which I think makes it a little bit more appealing to more people. So I wanted to show this to you guys so you guys can get an idea of what it is. It's a pretty cool system. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and have a great day.